How frustrating is it having to walk inside a bank just so you could pay your supplier who's in a foreign land, or having to pay some outstanding bill in another foreign country and having to do this every single time when there's a need, when all your other local bills are paid either online or on your banking app? The lengthy paperwork and the queuing also make this entire process tedious for all involved. Luckily, upon realizing these shortcomings, some financial institutions took it upon themselves to make the process easier and more efficient. The First National Bank of Botswana recently launched Forex On App, where customers can now make payments to just about anywhere in the world from their banking app. Outside of the obvious though, what do clients stand to benefit from this new development, and how safe is it? Global Market Sales at the Rand Merchant Bank, Baile Corrigan, is on the program. Baile, thank you so much for coming on First Issues, affording us your time today. We're talking Forex On the App as a new development. Outside of the obvious, what do your clients stand to benefit from this new development?
The COVID-19 pandemic was a huge disruptor in terms of the way we exist, the way we live, and the way we be in the world. But we also had to change the way we bank and the way we interact. A lot of what we've done as a product house is to shift our products and services onto digital platforms, and FX on the app was the next natural step. Now, essentially, you have Forex in the palm of your hand. You can interact with the bank from a foreign exchange perspective, anywhere, anytime, at your own convenience, at your own pace, in a very simple, easy, and cost-effective manner.
Baile, you alluded to the issue of time, and I want you to zone in now onto that. Generally, a global transfer takes about 2 to 4 working days before the recipient gets the money into their account. So with this new development, has that changed, or how is that going to change?
Thank you, Bona. That's a very valuable question, and I think it's really important for our clients because time at the end of the day is money, and a very valuable commodity that cannot be wasted. So traditionally, in the FX world, our foreign exchange transactions typically take between 2 to 3 working days. However, one of the value adds that we've recently introduced is the ability to settle RAND transactions within an hour's period, provided you execute those transactions between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So essentially, Bona, if you are paying for a stunning new pair of shoes that you're acquiring from South Africa, you'd be able to do that transaction right now, and within the next hour, those funds would reflect in your beneficiaries account. And this is predominantly for our RAND transactions.
Let's go back to the issue of security, right? Especially now, we're living in times where online financial crimes are very rife. So with that, what assurance do your clients have that transacting from the app in this way would be safe for them?
That's a very pertinent question and very topical at this moment in time. And I think there's no denying there are real concerns from a security standpoint, and these obviously need to be addressed. So first and foremost, our online banking and our online banking platforms have internationally renowned security features. And these features are extended on to our Fnbb app as well. The first feature would be our biometric digital password as you log on to your app. You are also enabled to manage your limits on a daily basis. So if you know you need to make a particularly large transaction, you can adjust your limits for that transaction and then almost immediately thereafterwards reduce your limits accordingly, right? And I think just generally speaking, Bona, an important thing to note is when it comes to security online in general, it's fundamentally important to, one, validate the details of your beneficiaries. If you do receive any communication that is somewhat questionable or you're uncertain about, it's important for you to pick up the phone, contact your beneficiary, and validate that information most of the time. What you often find is on the platforms, whether it's online banking or FX on the app, the security features are there. But if, for example, you are fed information that is incorrect or redirected to another account, that's typically where the issues arise. So it's very important at the onset when dealing with suppliers, validate who you're dealing with, ensure their reputation, look at reviews and feedback, and just guarantee that the Bona that you're dealing with is indeed the Bona who she says she is. That's crucially important. And then another important feature in terms of the app is your one-time PINs, which are then used to authorize payments. And those come from a device that has been verified. So there's no way a payment can happen from your account without you receiving your OTP and then authorizing on your app.
So in closing, Baile, who's Forex on the app for? Who can use it?
first and foremost, we've designed our FX On app specifically for our retail clients. So whether it's a mum paying for school fees for her daughter in boarding school, or whether it's you planning that dream vacation that you've been aspiring for the last 2 years since we've all been in lockdown, any one of our retail clients who holds an Fnbb account and has downloaded the Fnbb app will be able to access Forex on the app. One of the beauties of the app is you can do global payments, you can execute global transfers. And what I mean by global transfers is essentially if you've decided wanted to invest in US dollar or in pound sterling as hard currencies, you can essentially transfer your funds from your Pula account and put the funds into your global foreign currency account at the click of a button right off your phone. And that's all it essentially takes. Over and above that, we've created a functionality where you can save beneficiaries. So if you are a regular payer, I'll use, for example, we have a lot of migrant workers working in Botswana who have their families either living in Zimbabwe or in South Africa, and they need to send funds home just to sustain their families through family support. You can load details of your family once, and then every month when you get paid, you're then able to effect transfers to support your family during those times.